Welcome to the bird month. Now that the summer's over, we're going to be spending a lot of time indoors and we're going to be hosting, gathering, the holidays are coming. And what a better way to entertain your guests indoors with all of this, including the wine, under $50. Stick around. Hello and welcome back. I'm Kay, and today we're going to be putting together all of this. We're going to do a charcuterie board, something that is going to cost you no more than $50. Now that the holidays are approaching, summer's over, we're spending so much time indoors. What better way, right, to entertain people with, with nibbles and all this goodness. And the best part is that it's under $50, and we are going to include this bottle right here. This is cava. I'll cover this later on, but we're going to be talking about the cava. This is basically similar to champagne, sparkling wine from Spain. Delicious, very, very, very cheap. You'll like that. And we're going to put this together. So keep watching. So for this charcuterie board, we're going to need a baguette. Remember on my last video, I talked about Little, the supermarket that is very, very cheap and economic. Well, they do have this amazing baguette, about $1.99. It comes like this in a paper bag, very economic, very inexpensive, and delicious. And one thing that you get from this, I mean, you cannot hear it on the camera, but it's very, very crusty. Amazing. Highly recommend it. Then we got some puff twists. We got some already cut up salami. We got some crackers, some cheddar cheese. One thing about when you put together a charcuterie board, there's a rule of three. You want to have 3 different types of cheese. Always go with one hard, one soft. And then in this particular case, I already had some baby bells, so I'm going to be using this. My child will be eating this board later on. I also got some grapes. I got green and purple grapes. And for the meats, I got also 3, right? We got some pre-cut salami. We got some prosciutto di Parma again. And we also got some sweet sorpresa, which is also like a different type of a fancy salami. And which I purchased at Lidl's as well, the supermarket that I've been going on about. I actually have one across the street from where I live. They're super, super cheap and very economical on everything. And yeah, this is pretty much everything I'm going to be using for this board today. Oh, and the good old cava. Now, cava is an actual Spanish sparkling wine. If you're not familiar with cava, it's very, very, very similar to champagne. It's about, I would say price about, I think I got this a total wine for like about $10, $10, $11, something like that. But it's very inexpensive. It is the same method as champagne, traditional method, which means that it goes through the whole fermentation, and then it goes to another fermentation. It goes 2 rounds of fermentations in the bottle to create the bubbles. Now, and different, just bear in mind, there's a different types of grapes. So it's not going to taste exactly like champagne, but I can tell you, if you're somebody, especially that not very familiar with champagne, you'll taste it. You will never be able to tell the difference. It's delicious. I prefer cava better than Prosecco. And then for this particular board, I'm actually going to use, this is the brand, it's called Freixenet. It comes from Spain for the Catalonia region, and we're going to be using this today, right? We're talking about entertaining people, so you want to make sure that you include the bubble. So I'm going to start with the cheddar cheese. All you want to do is just take a few chunks of it. This is kind of going to crumble, so make sure you cut it. It doesn't need to be perfect or anything. Just cut a few pieces like this, and this is how your cheese will look like. Now we're going to start doing, working with the salami, or sorpresata, and we're going to start doing some roses. So I'm going to show you a couple of tricks. So this already comes like set up like this, and rose, right? So you're going to take, they're already put together. All you need to do is fold them up in half, and then just roll them. You see, you got a nice little pretty rose. And one thing you want to do is just put a little toothpick, because otherwise they'll fall apart. See, so you keep them like that. You kind of just make them a little Bunch them up a bit. And then you're gonna take another one. You take about what, 5, 6 slices, fold it up, just do a quick roll, and then you have another one. And then all you want to do is just put it there at the end of your board. You want to do maybe another one more. Just quickly roll. Oop, this one fell apart. Let's try with, no, put it together and just roll it. And again, put the toothpick. So now you have another one. And then the rest of it, you could just use it to, oh, you didn't see that. I dropped one like that. Then this is one thing that I really like. My daughter loves this, especially when we go to the pool in the summer. Quick, easy, simple snack. These are sliced bite salami. They're delicious. This is about, I want to say about $5 for 4 and change. Again, a little. So you're going to take, and you get a lot, by the way. You do get quite a lot. So all you need to do is just take a whole bunch and just put them on different corners. Like that. Maybe you want to spread some here. Then you want to, this is a lot of meat over here, right? I know my son is going to be happy because he likes to eat all the meat. So now we're going to do some prosciutto. Again, with the prosciutto, I mean, usually you could do a lot of things with the prosciutto, but it needs to be more cold. When you keep it in the fridge for a while, you could do more things with it. But for now, we're just going to put a few slices. See, this is the good thing about the prosciutto. It comes in paper like this. You just slice it. It's delicious. You could cut it if you want to stretch this out a bit and just put it around. Yeah, so you got the meat, you got your cheeses, you got your meat. Looks like we're going to need more cheese. And you could just go ahead and put, I guess, more cheddar if you want. You could just cut it up. One thing I wanted to show you, and this was not included in the budget, but this is something that I want to, I just thought this was such a fabulous find in the supermarket yesterday. This is, remember I was telling you about the seal from the European Union, that it shows that this is an authentic product from that region. Well, look at this beautiful cheese. This is an actual Parmigiano Reggiano with all your seals, 36 months age. Look how nice and fancy it comes, and paper. And this is like a nice block inside, a block of cheese. Inside comes in the plastic. And this was $7.99. I mean, you can't go wrong with this. But I'm not using this for the board. I just wanted to share this with you guys. In case you want to add Parmesan cheese, maybe you can do it. Now we're going to start with the puff pastries, the cheese twists I was telling you about before. We're going to take a few of them. For this, because they're sticks, I will grab like, if you have a cup or anything that looks nice and pretty, I would just take it and just put them somewhere on the middle in the corner, and it looks something like this. I'm just going to move it out of the way now, just for now. But yeah, that's basically, and then, you know, you can continue and add more. Then we're going to take our crackers. We're going to take a few of these crackers, and you kind of want to put them like this, a bit of an angle. Maybe you want to add some on this side. Maybe more on this side as well. And now we're going to start with the baguette. So I mentioned before, for the purpose of the video, I had already cut some of the bread, but you might just want to cut a little bit more, just a couple more slices. And again, depending on how many people you have coming over, you may want to add more. And this is a really good way to make your board go, you know, to go the long way, because if people are hungry, right? What's better than bread, right? You want to give people bread. I don't know about you, but I do like bread. So we can make sure you don't cut your fingers. And yeah, and just put your, I don't know, just put them anywhere you want, anywhere where it's easy for people to grab. Now that we have put our cheeses, our meats, and all of our bread, now we're going to start with the garnishes, right? So the garnish could really be anything that you like. In this case, I'm going to use some green olives. So what you want to do is just put them around. And you could use black olives if you like that better. We're also going to use some cornichons. Cornichons are basically baby pickles. They're cornichons are called in France, but that's really what they are. So if you ever look for this at the store, you got to look for, it says cornichons. There you go. And they are delicious. Okay. Now we're going to put them here on this side. Make sure that everything stays together. And we're also going to use some grapes, right? Grapes, I think, is a really good thing to add to any board because it balances out all the saltiness. Now you add some sweetness, right? And you want to spread your grapes. You want to put them around. I got green grapes, and I also got purple, black, the dark ones, and they're all seedless. And for the grapes, I think I spent about not even $3 and like two small bunches, but they were cheap. One green, one black, and yeah, just spread them around. Oh, one went that way. Okay, and then one thing I like to add, it's this is an amazing spread. This is like fig and orange. It's I forgot the name of the brand. It's right here. It's Dalmatia, something like that. But it's really good. It's about $5. This is something that I already had at home, by the way. But yeah, it tastes delicious. It's amazing. Everybody likes a good spread, right? If you like honey, you could take one like a small jar, get one of those nice honey scoops. I think that's what they're called. They're like about $5 on Amazon. Very inexpensive. Put your honey. It gives it a nice look on the table. And then that's it. You could put your honey right there. And don't forget that if you have any cheese cut knives or anything you can cut the cheese, the bread, anything, I will suggest you to put it there as well. Just include that in your table. I'll put this here. And it just makes your table look a lot better. And as an added bonus, I want to include this children's or teenager, right? Because I know my teenager likes it. Charcuterie board, right? I know that if we're going to be entertaining at home and we're not outside anymore, you're probably going to have the kids in the house. So this is a great addition if you're entertaining and you have people come over, and if any of your friends have children, right? Because I know not all kids like the cheese and the pickles or cornichons or the olives, right? So it's good to have something else just for the kids. Or if you're like me and you have a sweet tooth, you might want to eat some of this. So this is what I've done as a sweet board. So you got some macaroons. Again, I got this from Little's. This beautiful macaroons. They come in 4 different flavors, and you get about 12 of them. You get chocolate, vanilla, coffee, I think it is, and raspberry. And I think they're like about $5. Again, I cannot stress, I seen a box of macaroons at Costco's and Sam's Club for like $10, $15. It's like impossible to get any macaroons for under $5, but a little you can. I also got some, these are like chocolate croissants in there. They're mini, they're tiny, they taste great. I also got some like Belgian waffles that on one side is the waffle and the other side is covered in chocolate. I got some pretzels, salty pretzels, and I got some Jaffa cakes. If you are from the UK, you know exactly what a Jaffa cake is. It's like a biscuit, a cookie. I guess it's like a soft cookie, but it's covered in chocolate, and inside has like this like orangey jelly. amazing. I love it. And I also have some like juju beans, gummy bears, whatever you call it. I added some grapes, and yeah, pretty much that's it. Oh yeah, and some little tiny what are they called? Brownies, right? Really, you can add anything that your kids like. This is just an idea of I know what we like to eat at home, but I thought this was a great little addition if you're going to be entertaining at home because again, kids like to eat this stuff. So now that we have our boars together, the sweet one and the salty one for the grown-ups. Now we're gonna have the sparkling wine. So this is what I was telling you before. This is a Spanish cava. This wine is a sparkling wine, very similar to champagne. The brand is Freixonet. Good luck if you can figure out how to pronounce it better. But if I'm not wrong, I think it's called Freixonet. But yeah, it's a weird spelling. But it's from Catalonia, from the region of Spain. It's sparkling. It's the same method as champagne. So if you like champagne and you like the bubbles, this is the best way. This is the best thing that I can suggest without breaking the bank. Obviously, if you have the bigger budget, you can get a bottle of Mums, which is a great champagne. This is about $50. Or you could get one of my old favorites, a bottle of Piper. This is about $65. But you know what? For the price of this, you can get about 5 or 6 of this, maybe about 5. So you really can't go wrong. And it's the same method as champagne. Second fermentation and the bottle for the bubbles. You get all the bubbles, you get all the stuff, and they're really good. So depending on really what your budget is, but I highly recommend you to get one of these. You can get them in some supermarkets. I know Publix has it. I know Harry Teeter's has it, and Total Ones if you have one near you. Sometimes Little gets them during the holidays, but yeah, but you could definitely get a nice bottle of cava. Highly recommended. So this is it for today, guys. I hope I have inspired you to put a really good board together. Don't forget to add those little touches, make it your own board, and don't forget to add that little touch of sophistication to your board. You got the salty, the sweet, you got your wine. What else can you ask for? Under $50, minus the sweet one, but the wine definitely included. So go ahead, make one yourself, and I'll see you on the next episode. Bye.